Doing something for a long time doesn't necessarily make you good at it. For example, look at high school. High school is generally 4 years, ninth grade to 12th grade. So if it took you 6 years to complete high school, then obviously you struggle. So if you look at dating, people tend to start dating at a young age, say middle school, eighth grade, right? Hopefully they're dating on an innocent level, but eighth grade, middle school, quite possibly high school. Now, if you're 27, 32, 37, you're not necessarily a pro at dating. You're not necessarily an expert at it because you kind of outgrew the time of when dating should have been applied in your life. Now, while that is biologically true, everybody doesn't necessarily have the same life pattern. So some people are preserved somewhat for something later on down the line for their life. Some people live a life where they may just never actually be in a long-standing relationship. Think of somebody in the service or something like that. Chances are, because of the commitment of which you've made and the sacrifice of which you've made, you've given your life to this particular field, to this particular calling. Somebody in a church, for example, right? So those people don't necessarily fit the mold of everyone else. And that's to be expected, and that's been the case from the beginning of time. Now, back to the people who are actually in the dating field. If you're still dating and you're getting up in age, you didn't mature. You were supposed to be beyond that point. You were supposed to be past that. Now, if you chose to get involved in other things in life and you procrastinated with the things of what you should have done, now you'll find yourself dating later on, but now you're frustrated because you're looking at everybody else who's available and who's on the dating scene, and you're much older than them. You're much mature than them. But somehow, some way, foolishly enough, you think you're better than them. You think you're so advanced and they're not. You want to look back on them and talk about how they're this and they're that and they don't got their stuff together and you're like this and you're like that. Well, why are you in the same scene as them? Why are you in the same obtainable pool as they are? Why are you in arm's reach with them? So clearly y'all are in the same place. You're no better than them. You're at the same position of which they are. So what are you talking about when you older people that's up in age want to look down on the people that's now hitting the dating scene and you're critical of their dating scene? You're not even supposed to be there. You don't have any pointers on giving them advice on how to be selective on who it is that they date and how to attain something that's going to be good for life and how to sustain that. You don't have sustainability. And you're in no right to critique them and what it is that they're going through at that point in life when you way beyond that. That's like the super duper senior trying to make fun of a freshman because he failed a test. Like, you have some nerve. So all of you older guys that's back on the scene, because you actually never left it, you've been fooling around for so long, but because you got age on somebody you think you're better than them, you're fooling yourself because they're actually where they need to be. And you need to have some humility and you need to check your foolish pride at the door because you're not above or better than anybody. You have to do things in the right timing. It's all about timing. There are stages in life. There are ways that you progress in life. There are levels in life that you're supposed to get yourself physically and mentally and emotionally on the same level, or there will be hindrances. And that's the case for all of us. Me, you, them, us, we. That's how life works. So everybody, with this one last thing, cast their crowns in.